Hi, my stamping friends. I'm Diane Evans with stampingwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So if this is one of your first times joining me, welcome. If you're joining me on YouTube, you need to give StreamYard permission. If you're joining me on Facebook, you need to give StreamYard permission in order so that I know who's making the comments. But if you're on YouTube, make sure that you've subscribed and hit that bell and you'll get notified immediately as soon as I do go live. Also, if you are watching this on a replay with YouTube, just be aware that this was part of a live presentation and I may be making comments back and forth with the people that are on here. So welcome. It's Mystery Challenge Wednesday. And it's interesting because my clues today were sky, mountain, and birds. And I had some interesting comments and different people that sent messages to me that said, ooh, this sounds like a masculine card. Yes, most definitely it could be a masculine card. Oh, Marjorie, it's all good. As long as you've got it. If you can let me know to make sure that you've got your PDF. And I will send you another message at the end because you're going to have to clear out all those emails because those attachments are in there. In any event, so today is Mystery Challenge number 98. Like I say, it's skies, mountain, and birds. And, I'm going to use something today that you might go, oh, where did that come from? But also today when I am talking, what I want to do is I want to focus a bit on this tool here, and that's our Take Your Pick tool. So let's just jump right on down to my desktop here. Now, with this Take Your Pick tool, what an amazing tool. It has different attachments. It has your paper piercer. It's got a scalpel. It also has my goodness, that's not on this side. The other part that it has is the stylus part that can go in there, plus also this part here that's a brush. This tool, I actually can't tell how many times that I've actually used this tool, and I don't realize that I'm actually using it. So I want to also focus this live on this fantastic tool as well. All right, so we are going to use mountains, sky, and birds. Now, I don't know if any of you have this stamp set. What a great stamp set. It would be really good to use for masculine cards by all means. But you know what? I'm not using this one. However, this would be a great one, and it's staying in the annual catalog, which is another bonus. So I always call that a bonus when you have that. Other ones that you could use, there's a bunch of different ones that are very subtle, but what I am using today for my mountains is I am using the Horizon dies. I'm going to use these two pieces here, and then, of course, I can use my birds there, and then you'll see how I get the sky on here as well. So I've got my stuff here. And I want to show you this particular designer series paper. This is the Flowering Fields. And basically you look at this and you're going, Diane, yeah, I think you're off your rocker, but check out this other side. Does that not look like sky to you? I love this piece of designer series paper. I like both sides actually, but this one just sang out to me. I actually did this for part of a challenge on some training that I was in, and I wanted to share that card with you. So this is the piece that I've cut off. So that's going to actually be our sky, but I want to also show you these adhesive sheets. I don't use them enough, and I've got to keep reminding myself to use them. All right, so I actually have put some of this adhesive sheets onto the back here. And I'm going to come in with this particular die. And this is the one with the mountains on it. Now, this wasn't the original one that I had prepared. but that's okay. I couldn't find it, so I just used this piece that I have. So I'm going to come through and I'm going to use my mini cut and emboss machine. I'm going to apologize right now. My dog is barking, which is Murphy's Law, because now she wants to go outside and I'm not going to be able to let her out at this point. All right, so I'm just going to cut that off. And what I want to do is I just want to put this mountain piece. And like I say, I am using these adhesive sheets. So the sheets are on the back. So let me just go and put this on here and let's run it through with this mini cut and emboss. So I'm using platform 1 and then 2 of the number 2 plates. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this through a couple of times because I do have that adhesive sheet. So I also want to make sure that I've got it. It's going to cut through. All right, so we've got that there. And I think as far as that goes, that'll probably be the only thing that we're using. Now, with your take your pick tool, if you just come in like this, you can take, just by rubbing it across the back side of that, what happens is that it loosens the dies. And then you can just take the dies off here. And there's my mountain piece, or my snow piece actually. And then of course we just want to use these just to get this part out. I would imagine you could probably even use this part on something, but I'm not going to worry about it. All right, so let's just put that back in there. And we've got that, so I'm going to put that aside as well. All right, so I have a piece that's cut 4 1/4 by 11, and I've scored it at 5 1/2. So I'm just going to come in and fold it into the mountain, and let's just do a really good score on there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to come in like this, and that is what's going to give me my sky. But of course we have to do all the other stuff with it. So I've gone ahead and pre-cut some stuff out. I've got my mountains that are like that. So let me come in with my, I think what I'll do is I'll use my silicone mat, and with that take your pick tool, another thing that you can actually use this for other than poking these parts out is to burnish it so that this part is actually going to come down. I find I have to burnish an awful lot sometimes with when we're using tear and tape as well. So I'm just going to use the pokey end, and let's just take that part off just like that. And it didn't take that one piece out. It's being stubborn. So I'm just going to actually put that down on my silicone mat, and that helped me remove that. And then I'm just going to put this mountains on here, and then we can just put that like that. So we have our mountains there. Now let's see, what else are we going to use? We need some birds. So this one has these great birds, the seagulls. So there's lots of them on there. So let me just come in. Hello, thank you. Thanks for sharing. I really do appreciate that. All right, so I'm going to come in with my Misty Moonlight. Don't forget, Misty Moonlight is retiring. So sad to see it go. Now that's upside down, I believe. We'll check that out again. Nope, that's upside down. So I'm just going to come in here and a light tap, and I'm just going to put, whoops, I'm a little worried about that. Oh, it was okay. So there's my birds. Like I say, I'm being very, it's pretty loose with the way that this is being put together. Now, I thought, why not use some of the other dies that come with that on the horizon set. So I have the fences. So I've got that there, but I also want to just come back in and let's just use this brush again and take this off. Oops. When I don't use my stylus as much on there. I only use it really on my scoreboard. So we have that. We have this. Now, another thing that I want to do that you can use your take your pick tool for is I want this fence to be curled. You could use anything. You could use a pencil. I find this just doesn't rip as much if it's used this way. So I'm going to come in like this and just curl those pieces as well. All right, so we have that. So how many ways have I used that so far? All right, another thing that I want to do is on this stamp set, we have some grass. So let's go ahead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this like looking off into the distance, but let's come here and I've got soft succulent. Let me just put this about here. And then I'm also going to come in with oceanfront. Like this oceanfront is amazing. I want these rocks there. That's the only thing I want. So I'm going to come in with smoky slate. And let's just put this on our card. See, I'm going to put these like this. So I'm thinking I want to have my boulders or my rocks about there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to come in with our mini dimensionals, and I'm going to need this again because I'm going to put another rock on this side, but I don't know exactly where I want to put it. So I'm going to come in with my mini dimensionals and let's just cut off some strips here, because with these fences, the best thing to do with these fences is to put this on one of the pickets, and I think I've got that too long. On one of the pickets, we're going to have it come right about there, and then that way that's going to poke it up. So of course we're using the take your pick tool to take these back and off the dimensionals. So right there. So this is going to go like so. And that's going to keep it popped up. And you know what? I'm going to put another smaller piece right along this side as well. And I think I had that cut too thick. So I think I use up my side parts of my dimensionals before I use the actual dimensionals. Let's just use that. Get that one off. And now we can put this right here as well. And I think that's too long, so let me just go in and cut that part off. Okay, so we're going to use glue. So I'm going to have that come about, you know what, now because I've got that stamping on there, I can come on and we can attach this to the front of the card. Not too many layers, using this beautiful, covering up this beautiful tulip, but honestly, I like the other side just as well. Let's just go here. Now this piece happens to be 4 by 5 1/4. And then I'm going to glue this part here. Well, first of all, let's take this part off. There we go. And let's go. Okay, so we're going to need a bit of glue here and a bit of glue on the last one. I love love these fences. This reminds me of a movie, these fences. Up, down. So there we've got that like that. Again, we're going to curl this. And then I'm going to have this part going here. But I want to put that rock on there again, over here. And I'm thinking maybe I'd be better with a single boulder. So I'll come in with this stamp set. This stamp set is carried over into the new catalog. And it can be used for so many different things. Like it can be used for, I don't know if you saw my rain boots that I had. It was something else that I used it for. I just sort of stamped that off. I'm just putting a bit of the folder behind there. And then again, let's come in here and this on here. I'm going to put that right onto this side here. And I think I'm even going to put a tiny bit just onto the second one as well. I want the thinner one. So of these pieces that I don't use, I just have them in a spot. And I just use them whenever I can. And with these little pieces, you really need that take your pick tool to do this. Take those off. So right like that. Let's take these off. So I've got my sky. I've got my birds. Let's just put that there. Now, like I say, I could have used that mountain one as well. I'm just going to put this probably down a bit. There we go. And then, of course, now what we can do is we can put our mountains on here. So I want to pop this up as well. You know, I've got those pieces, so let me use that. This on the horizon set. Geez, I don't know if it's even in the new catalog. Oh, I know the ocean front is. Oh, I didn't check that. So let me just put that there. Poke that up. And then I've got this little piece here that I can use as well. I sure have been doing lots of little fiddly things with all of my stamping, it seems. All right, so now let's come in and take these backings off. Now I'm not going to put any sentiment on the front of this particular one. This is going to come like this. And what a different looking stamp, right? All right, now I have the inside of the card. And we're going to come in with the grasses. I'm going to use the soft succulent again. You know what? I'm going to clean that off because I have a feeling I've got some halos on here. One thing with this stamp, you need to put it down lower if you want it to be even along the bottom. So I'm going to just tap this. And then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to bring it down because I don't want that ridge to be there. There we go. And then also, if I wanted to, I could come in with those boulders and I could put that there where it's like a splash to put something. But I want to put the words on there. And I think the Relax, Enjoy Your Day is a great stamp set for this. So let's just put that on there. And you know what? I think I'll keep to the soft succulent look. So are you thinking what you're going to do with this mystery? Like I say, it's mountains, sky, and I mean, you can use some fantastic things. If you have the border dies, you could use this to make clouds, and then you can just sort of put some mountains in the background. Or you could make your mountains your main theme of it. You can even sponge some mountains onto your card. Or if you have on the horizon paper, you could even use the on the horizon paper because they have mountains in there as well. All right, so let's just put that about like that. Whoops. Okay, we're gonna go, and I didn't get that good enough either. Whoops. I'll just come back in and let's just tap this. There we go. Wonder which one's the better side. This one definitely is. Well, it is a handmade card, so. All right, so let's just put that on the inside of this card. Just like so. So what we used today was our Take Your Pick tool. We used this fantastic paper from Flowering Fields, which goes, that is the DSP with the tulip bundle. We used the reverse side of this. We also went in and used the On the Horizon dies and the stamp set. And of course, Oceanfront as well. And like I say, this is going to be one of those stamp sets that you're going to use for a long, long, long time. So I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to put, whoops, just dropped a whole pile on the floor. Don't forget to basically put your sample in your in my Facebook group. Also make sure that what's coming up next. Tomorrow is my Now What series, where I use something from your craft room. It might be a current item that you may have that you don't know how to use, or that you do know how to use, and I may show you another use for it. Another thing is, of course, I do my sketch challenges on Saturday. So make sure that you do enter into this. I do give away a stamp set, one for the mystery challenge and one for my sketch challenge. Also, if you could give me the thumbs up, if you could share this with people, I really do appreciate it when you do that. And if you have any questions whatsoever, just reach out, and I would love to be able to answer any of your questions. Have a great day, and we will talk to you soon. Bye for now.